FM Abuja. My name is Lawrence Omoiti. Welcome to the show. As usual, we will be running through the headlines this morning, and we'll come back for the details during the course of the second half of the show. All right, we start off with the cable newspaper now, and on politics, ADC is saying Venezuela crisis a cautionary tale for dictators, election riggers. And Dangote refinery, a unit undergoing routine maintenance, but petrol production not interrupted. And court orders interim forfeiture of 30 million naira linked to NNPC fraud. An APC National Secretary asked Wike to resign, face obsession with Rivers politics. And Kano Disco announces power outage in part of Katsina after fire incident at substation. We move on to the Vanguard newspaper now. Terrorists abduct passengers on busy Kwara Highway. Lies, deceit, corruption can't improve citizens' welfare, Nigerians tell FG. And over 33% of Nigerian immigrants in US live on public benefits. That's according to President Donald Trump. We move on to the Nation newspaper now. NRS chair, tax form reforms will support sustainable growth. That's coming from the NRS chair. Tax reforms will support sustainable growth. And 2026 budget to solidify gains, says Information Minister. And Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation for Abe Adeniji as NURPC board chairman. Wike hails Tinubu over nomination of Abe Kubani as board chairman. Federal government unveils measures to curb exam malpractices. Wike Bashiru clash over Rivers politics. And Kwankwaso Governor Yusuf pathways over defection plans. Federal government unveils measures to curb exam malpractices. All right, we move on to this day newspaper now. Wike Bashiru in dramatic clash over Fubara's second term. And Wike, Tinubu nominates Abe Adeniji for board chairman, and Abiodun will position Ogun as benchmark for housing urban development, says Commissioner. A court okays EFCC move to temporarily seize 30 million naira allegedly linked to fraud. And Dangote refinery bonds shut down rumors, insist 50 million liters daily petrol supply. And 9 soldiers, 5 seriously injured in mine blast ambush in Borno State. All right, we move on to the Tribune now. Atiku accuses Tinubu of media theatrics amid insecurity. And still staying with the Tribune newspaper, you aren't a member of APC. Senator Bashiru replies Wike. Tinubu's economic reforms not designed for instant abundance. That's from the budget office. And France meeting, Tinubu didn't use AI-generated photo. That's presidency. And we weren't forced to accept Mutwang into APC. Plateau Party Chairman Baturi saying, we won't allow detractors to shape our narrative. Ondo State Coordinator. And we move on to Daily Trust newspaper now. INEC begins voter registration phase. And 469 Kano children die of malnutrition in 6 months. And troops rescue abducted colonel in Plateau State. 5 children die as fence collapses in Borno. And on sports, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians were excited yesterday. Nigeria crush Mozambique to book quarterfinal spot. The New Telegraph is next now. Dangote refinery denies shutdown. And APC to Wike don't bring spirit of PDP into our party. Okay. We move on to the Guardian newspaper now, and tax reform risk sluggish, uncertain execution timelines over tardy bill. Nigeria's escalating insecurity and looming hunger catastrophe. Dangote refinery dismisses shutdown claims, says 50 million liters of PMS produced daily. APC draws battle line with Wike over Rivers politics control. And Osun APC accuses state government of inducing LG crisis, seek NJC intervention. And the Sun newspaper now still on politics. Wike APC scribe fight over Fubara. And Bishop Hassan Kuka speaking truth to power. All right, we move on to penpushing.com now. And we have this sad story here. Mama Eunice Kayode Adedeji dies at 84. And divisional police officer summoned over alleged demand of 100,000 naira from rape victim. And police refund bail money remove divisional police officer for extorting Good Samaritan. And still on pen pushing, Ogun State government to deliver 3,000 housing units in target 10,000 by 2027. And finally on pen pushing, Governor Makinde reshuffles cabinet, appoints secretary to state government. All right, we'll take a short break now. When we come back, my guests are already seated in the studio. Please don't go away. Still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. We will be back shortly.
Oya o my people, make una come gather here. Which kind tori una wan hear on top radio? Wetin dey catch fire on top social media? Bring am on top make we talk am for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Monday go reach Thursday, and the time na 5:10 wey be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am as e dey be.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. And this is the second half of the show where we look at the stories in detail and also where we unveil our analysts for the day. Welcome to this part of the show. Meanwhile, let's start with, I guess, Dr. Kazim is in the house. Dr. Kazim Akiriti is the head of New Media, Voice of Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, listeners.
And Mr. Salman Salami, of course, is the Oga Pata Pata Yeah, he's the Chief Operating Officer, Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja. Good morning, Mr. Salama.
Very good morning to you, Lawrence Mbeti. And good morning to you also, our Super Citizen listeners.
All right, the phone lines are open now. You can call us on 0903-2229-797. You can also call us on 0818-2222-205. And you can send us a WhatsApp message if you don't want to make a voice call. All right, gentlemen, it's been politics all the way and a little bit of security issues. But let's start with politics today. From this day newspaper, Wike Bashir in dramatic clash over Fubara's second term. And let me start with Dr. Akinrade. This is the story. A war of words erupted yesterday between the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, and the National Secretary of the APC, Ajibola Bashir, after Wike threatened the ruling party scribe over his alleged interference in Rivers State politics. Apparently, the unstated cause of the ongoing fight is over a policy by the ruling party which automatically makes governors the leaders of the party in their state, as well as an unwritten understanding which gives governors automatic return ticket for a second term. Therefore, the FCT minister, politician, already foreseeing the implication of this APC established understanding after the governor of Rivers State recently defected, sees this impending scenario as unacceptable. Wike considers this scenario as a threat to his ambition to replace his erstwhile political godson. But yesterday, the situation boiled over with Wike urging Bashir to stay clear of the politics of Rivers or face the unpalatable consequences, a threat that immediately drew sharp response from the APC National Secretary, who accused the minister of overreach. Let's start from you, Dr. Akinrade.
Well, we are going to see more of this. There are going to be more of dry tribes, jabs and whatnot. It's the season. And so it's also expected. I just want to caution the APC, the officials of APC, that they seem not to understand why Wike had remained in the cabinet of President Tinubu. If you don't have the clear understanding of why he's there, I think they need to seek an audience with the president to see how things can be. Look, Wike has his own political advantage and political baggage. And so, in the issue of Rivers, what people don't really understand that Wike has a leverage. Let's just be clear and fair in our comments to him. He holds the reign for now, until otherwise. And so, the reality on ground is that he's also trying to tell, for each of those visits, movements around Rivers, is to establish himself, entrench his stronghold, and say, here I am. You need anything to do in Rivers, you just need to have to talk to me. The same scenario is happening in Kano. And these are two states, in terms of political sagacity and in terms of numbers, they usually make the difference in a national election. No presidential candidate will joke with Rivers, Lagos, and Kano. That's where the both will come from. And so it's a little bit tactical for the president to have allowed Wike to stay where he is now, and then to allow him a free rein. Look, people don't understand the president, his politics, his tactics. Look, he's someone who is so tolerant to everyone because he's focused on his goals.
The bigger picture.
And then, you see, you can keep on making noise about Wike and APC. No, the reality on ground, the president is calculating now. He's calculating. His thinking is not about all this dirty politics, all this politics. His thinking now is about how does he handle the economic challenges, the challenges of the country. For him to have a leverage and present something, a scorecard at the end of the day when he's coming for re-election. So he's not bothered about all these side talks, issues with Wike. So my caution to the party again, let me repeat again to the party APC. I'm happy the comment is not coming from the chairman of the party. It's coming from the secretary, right? So it's easier to manage. And then I'm sure the president on his own, at a point in time, will call all of them to order and say, look, guys, we have a clear picture of what is ahead of us about this election. He cannot afford to be having all this, everything just coming up, teaming up against him. He has so much on the plate to handle. And that's exactly what happened in Lagos. I was telling a lot of people that, look, by the time the president will intervene in Lagos, all of you will be shocked. Because he cannot afford his political calculations to be obliterated on the altar of ego or one or two people. He's smarter than that. And we'll come back on this discussion at the appropriate time when I will remind you. Didn't I tell you? For now, let APC should allow Wike to be in Rivers. You have your game plan as a political party. Stay with your game plan. Let Wike also stay with his game plan. When you get to the real battlefield, we now know who is going to give in. That's exactly what people don't understand. And his comments about even Lagos, about president and all these things are fair enough. People should understand who Wike is in terms of, his delivery. And if you just know him, all you need to do is to manage him for a while. That is my advice to APC.
All right, Mr. Salami, your perspective on this issue.
Well, there's very little to add, save that I will say Wike is what I will call SPV. It's a special purpose vehicle. And Mr. President knows why. He's keeping quiet on anything and everything that has to do with Barrister Nyesom Wike, the infant terrible, and
I'm not sure you will like that.
and Honorable Minister of Federal
Capital
Territory. You see, thank God that it's not APC that is talking or passing jibes at Wike. It was Senator Ajibola Bashir, the National Secretary.
Is the National Secretary.
The National Secretary does not simpliciter amount to the party. If, in fact, I would rather tell you that if the National Publicity Secretary had spoken about Wike, one would have said to some extent. But even at that, Mr. President knows the what. I'm talking of political games he's been having by having Wike in his cabinet. And whether you like Wike or not, is a person of special concern to Mr. President. Because the Wike we are talking about, is he in PDP or is he in APC? And if Wike, and if Wike, who to all intents and purposes supposed to be in PDP, is saying what he's saying about Rivers State politics
with his full chest,
and a party that he does not belong to, so to speak, quote and unquote, then it means that there is more to it that it makes the highs. But whether you like Wike or you don't like Wike, Wike is in firm and full control of the politics of Rivers State. You see, my mother will always say that the song where you sing yesterday that you didn't eat, you woke up this morning and you are still doing the same thing. Fubara has not learned his lessons. Fubara has not learned his lessons. The Yorubas always say that whoever is bigger than you can throw you to anywhere he likes. I keep on saying that when Wike made Fubara governor, where were all these people? when the real politics played out, Fubara was out of government.
For 6 months.
What did they do? Were they able to come to his
They went to court.
aid? Lawrence, I am a Yoruba man, and the Yorubas always say that the person who comes to money the second time will be very, very careful the way he spends it. Let's leave it at that.
All right, gentlemen, I can see that you guys are just being realistic, politically realistic. Devoid. This analysis is devoid of emotions and sentiments, because almost exactly my sentiments on different platforms yesterday. Yes, I know that emotions are really running high, and people are emotional about these issues, but the reality on ground is that there is a bigger picture that the president is looking at, and which is votes ahead of 2027. Nothing else. After the election, I'm sure a lot of things will change.
Even the AMAC election, Lawrence,
exactly.
You are going to see the outcome of the election in Abuja municipality.
Exactly.
Exactly. In terms of the value of the worth of Wike, what he has been able to do to turn things around in Abuja, in the capital. Let's wait and see.
Exactly, Dr. Akinreti, you see, except we want to be partisan here, if you want to be dispassionate about the elections coming, the things put on ground by the APC-led government is enough campaign for the government in this election, devoid of all the other sentiments. Unlike in the past that you would look around and you wonder what exactly is happening. The things on ground, is it the area council? Is it in terms of infrastructure and things like that? So I agree with you that it's going to be, yes, it's going to be a pointer to what exactly is happening. For me, I think I'll go with what Dr. Akinreti said, that the president should maybe have a private discussion with his people, with his trusted allies in the party, and say, look, gentlemen, for now, ceasefire, I know what I'm doing. In the interest of the party election. Oh, yes, sir.
Do you know I have a different perspective? Much as I agree with you on the first one, that at the appropriate time, Mr. President will wait in and caution those who are trying to rock the boat for now. But this AMAC election and Wike's performance, it's true that Wike is performing. No matter what, whether you like him or you don't like him, you don't even need to like him. The issue is that you must concede performance to him. But if I were to be the consultant to PDP, I would rather say that we loaned him to APC, that the man performing is a PDP man. So this is what you people will get if you put PDP into power.
Well, Mr. Salami, if you're really into football, you know that teams don't loan out their best. They don't loan out their best to other teams. They loan out what they consider as excess baggage. I'm not saying that the FCT minister is that, but you know, there's no doubt about the fact that in terms of performance, you may not like his politics, his kind of politics, but performance on ground speaks for itself, no doubt about that. So, but I'm sure we are going to hear more of this. As Dr. Akinreti said, it's politics times, a lot. Nothing is off the book. A lot drama, even in unintended grandstanding. A lot of things are really, really going to happen, and we hope that at the end of the day, the parties will be able to manage their egos. Well, still talking about Mr. President, Tinubu nominates Abi Adeniji for NURPC and NMDPRA board chairman. President Bola Tinubu has written 2 letters to the Senate seeking the confirmation of 21 nominees for the boards of Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. Mr. Salami and Dr. Akinreti, I picked this story just to buttress the point about the influence of Wike, because if you know, Abe is an ally, strong ally of the president.
Well, Governor, yes, he was a governor.
Yes.
And the Honorable Minister of FCT, in his thank you visit, use that as a raw material of campaign. He said that you see what they are doing to our sons now. Our sons are holding a choice political offices in Abuja. So you don't have a choice than to look at me and I look at Mr. President. That is the winning team. And let nobody think that because he is a latter rain comer into APC, think that yes,
politics is sweet.
I am the governor. Yes, I'm now in APC and going by the what is in the book, forgetting that those people, some people wrote the book, and even those who wrote the book may not necessarily be holding the real book, because this is the era of a gazetted. Anyway, let me leave it at that.
Well, you see, we are coming to understand the kind of politics this president plays and will continue to play until he gets his second term. Look, when I was the NUJ chairman in Lagos, because I had quite a lot of interaction with Mr. President, former governor of Lagos. And he has some choice words of luring people to his side, or even ignoring people stylishly. And he will warm his heart to you. Even if you come to report his close lieutenant, and you are alleging so many things, you even have your favorite thing, he will keep quiet. He will just keep quiet as if nothing happens, because he knows the value of that person. He will tell me, "Oh, Chamu, how are you, Baoni? I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you, but he's a street guy. He understands the language of the streets. Oh, I hope my people are fine. I want your mission, I'm using the Yoruba language. The thing that it will hit my chord and really the chord of other people. And whenever I'm around, and whenever my people, they say, Chamu, I should do around. If you understand that, you can decode. And that solves the problem. For everyone that comes along with me, that if I don't know and has one favor, that other side, it solved that for that particular time. Look, I will repeat again for APC officials. They need to just back off and let Wike be. Mr. President, in his wisdom, understands the game well. And for Fubara too, I think, as my colleague said, he doesn't seem to have learned his lessons. You don't continue to hit the ground when you know that if you are not careful, when you fall down, that could be the end of it. And if Wike has been so clever in his choice of words, he said, I will be buried politically if this guy should get the real leverage. He knows what he's talking about. The same thing happened between issue of Ambody and our president now in Lagos. I was also, as an NUJ chairman, I understand some of the injuries that was going on. At the point they wanted to do everything, they said, look, it's up to you people. The leader said they don't want you. Who am I? Go and talk to the people. Go and talk to the leaders. If they accept you, fine and good. I don't have anything personal against you. Because the man takes risks. On every political asset that he knows he has, he takes a lot of risks from there. That's what people don't understand. Ditto with issue of Aregbe, Shola, and some other things. So we know some of these tricks when we were in Lagos and how he was able to manage it. And that's exactly how today you still refer to him as de facto leader. No matter what you are going to say, nobody can say anything in Lagos without deferring to the president. If you do any other thing, you're on your own. When it's going to move against you, you are going to regret it. So politically, he's a strategist. And that is why people always want to be very careful with him. He knows what he's doing. He's doing his calculation very well. Those who don't understand how he does his politics, how he warms his heart with people, and he gets what he wants at the end of the day, should just simmer down and wait for their time. Wike for now in Rivers is it.
Lawrence, let me quickly point out that politics is an art as well as it's a science. Right? It's an admixture of both artistic moves, strategic moves, and clinician ways of doing things. Precision, that's what I'm saying. And Asiwaju is the master of the game. That is the truth. Quite many of us who have been very, very privileged to know him know that we know that this man is a master strategist. Apart from that, he's streetwise. He is streetwise. And those who have ears to hear, let them hear. You will know the real Asiwaju when he gets the second term. That is when those who even think that they are untouchable will know that I am dignifying them by calling them paperweight.
All right, gentlemen, still talking about a little bit of politics and security. Now, let's move on to the cable newspaper now. And ADC is speaking out that the African Democratic Congress is saying the Venezuela crisis a cautionary tale for dictators and election riggers. The African Democratic Congress says the situation in Venezuela is a cautionary tale to all dictators, including the supposedly, quoting them now, elected ones, the election riggers everywhere. In a statement issued on Monday by Bolaji Abdullahi, National Publicity Secretary of the ADC, he said the development highlights the growing global intolerance for illegitimate administrations and compromised electoral process. Let's see. Abdullahi said the opposition party supports the principles of national sovereignty and non-interference in internal affairs of other countries, but noted that the street celebration following Maduro's arrest exposed the bankruptcy of his regime in Venezuela. Let me start with you, Dr. Akiriti.
It's fair enough comment from ADC. What do you expect from them? Look, the honeymoon is not over. This guy doesn't seem to understand how positions are really being played. You don't play to the gallery every now and then. Look, ECOWAS issued a statement yesterday on the issue of Venezuela. And talking about the issue of the sovereignty, look at them. They are speaking from both sides of their mouth. One, they are almost condemning the action, at the same time welcoming the action one way or the other. Supposedly, probably it will also be to their turn. Look, those who want to equate Venezuela with Nigeria are joking. I keep telling people, yes, I said, look, you guys are joking. It's a different ball game. Look, Venezuela, Colombia, and all those things, what do we call them? Latin America, isn't it? They are almost just a stone throw. They are also almost a prodigy of US, of America. And so it's easier for you to reach, easier for you to do anything you need to them. But when it wants to come to the issue of Africa, you are going to think twice before you wade into the... Look, for now, people have understand that America has burned its fingers in the Middle East. And they are still surviving. They are hemorrhaging over the issue of Middle East. It's clear. So, if they wanted to do bunking themselves into another issue that has to do with it, which I don't think they would do right away. So, I don't want the DC to live in an illusion that, look, we have a colleague, we have someone who can really help us when it comes to this. They should work on their manifesto, work to talk to the people and talk to the real issues. No, picking all these nipples and all of this together for as part of a campaign will not solve their problem. They have an internal issue that they need to do. Amongst all of them, what are they putting on the table as alternative for governance? That should be the issue that should bother them, not the issue of Venezuela or the role that the US is playing elsewhere. It shouldn't concern them. And I keep saying, people take elections. I don't want to believe that after 3 years, people are still talking, referring to the election of 2023 as if now, we won the election, the current president does not win the election. I mean, come on. When we are just one more year practically to prepare for the next election, you are still thinking in that past? It's not going to get to the reality of the day. For me, ADC, they have their spokesman trying to do his job, but at the same time, I think they should be a little bit very, very cautious in talking about certain issues that really not concern Nigerians ab initio.
All right. Mr. Sam, you want to add?
You are about calling me a doctor. I don't have a PhD.
Yes, but you are eminently qualified.
Okay.
You just
you see, there is this concept that I developed I call it Kennymanism. It's unfortunate that our good friend Bolaji Abdullahi, and I'm surprised that Polibe has not issued his own on behalf of.
No, I think Abdullahi is speaking for all of them now. That one body now.
You see, what the US did in Venezuela is, without missing word, despicable. And the right thinking world leaders have condemned it in no unclear terms. And thank God that to a large extent, quite some of us are streetwise. My grandfather would say that we too know what is wrong. We have just chosen not to join them in doing it. But Bolaji Abdullahi knows that it is the other way around. And he was clever by half. He was speaking from both sides of his mouth. Like Dr. Andre said that while you were saying that, yes, you should respect international law and the sovereignty of a nation, you say, the election riggers. Who are they? Cast the first stone. If you are clean. It is now we are talking about election riggers. It is now we are talking about those. Honestly, the truth is this: there is a bigger picture, and I would rather advise ADC to leave ringworm alone and face the leprosy. The Yorubas will say, "O fe tele, palapalapa." Because I just want you to sing. That's why I said it in Yoruba. The truth is this: ADC should put his house in order. That is the major issue now. Put your house in order. Tell Nigerians how you are going to do things differently. That's what Nigerians want to hear. Not the Venezuela, US versus Venezuela.
All right, gentlemen, let's come back to local. They say every politics is local. In Kano, there is another one playing out, and this is how the Nation newspaper posed the story. Kwankwaso, Governor Yusuf part ways over defection plan. The rift between Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf and the NNPP leader, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has deepened in reaction to the governor's readiness to defect from the NNPP to the APC. Kwankwaso opened a loyalty register for political office holders to ascertain their allegiance and fidelity to his leadership. Wow. The former governor began taking stock of his loyalists in Kano at the time Yusuf was celebrating his 63rd birthday. Mr. Salam, let me start from you this time.
Well, Lawrence, thank God that most of these things we have discussed it in the newsroom.
Yeah.
You know, my uncle said that the train had left the station a long time ago. You know, if you understand what I'm talking about. In politics, and generally in life, what matters most is interest. No permanent friend, no permanent godson, and no permanent godfather. What is paramount is personal interest. Abba Gida has seen that, thank God that thus far, God has helped us. And now there is the need to part ways. And don't forget that the Jubrin Barau Ganduje influence too is still there. Ganduje knows that the president has a perspective about Kano. And no politician of note will toy with votes coming from Kano State. That is why Mr. President doesn't want to take a chance. Ordinarily, what the Gandujes and Jubrin Barau are thinking is that without it is too close
To call.
And Mr. President would rather not take that kind of risk in life. And If I were Kokonso, I would have bought long before now. Right? And you see, there is one thing about meat. Don't allow others to demystify you. The moment you allow yourself to be demystified, you are finished. Now realizes that the better choice now is to be in APC.
That's the government.
And he has spotted. Lawrence, he has what? He has spotted. And whether it is a political harakiri or is the right thing to do, time will tell.
All right, Dr. Kinrit.
Well, quite an interesting time, and we will continue to have this all along. As my brother said, talked about the issue of self-interest. That is what is ultimate to a politician. Now, Kwankwaso was quite quick to say, if any party that gives me presidential ticket or vice presidential ticket, I'm going to move in there. And so you also have a lieutenant who also believe that, look, if I also want to get a second term, in reality, I also need to move into the ruling party. And even for what is on ground now, because the ground is really caving in for the NNPP numero uno. Because don't forget that NNPP 30 has some its internal challenges. We must understand that fact. Kwankwaso symbolizes something for the other people in Kano. There's no doubt about that. But I'm telling you that President is looking at numbers. And what am I going to take away from here, and then put everything together, and it becomes whole. And then I'm home and dry. I can win a second term. That is his own calculation. And whatever it takes to do that, he's really going to go for it. Look, he knows what governors, the impact of governors in a particular state. He knows it. And that's why he's playing the game very quietly. I'm sure he will not allow what happened in Osun. Well, Adeleke, despite all the moves, the body language that he wanted to come in, some people are blocking. But you know that people are not confessing that ordinarily they will allow Adeleke to come into APC because of their own selfish interest. But at the end of the day, they couldn't get through. There's a bigger interest ahead of them that they do not know. In Kano, the reality is that, look, you have Jubrin, a very close ally to Kwankwaso, a very close person to Ashwayo Tinubu that already moved. In fact, most of his foot soldiers, that he brought into the NNPP and were their political office holder now, have moved to APC. He remains, I think he is the only one now. And he also has his own interest, to protect. And that's why he's really coming out. We have forgotten that if your foot soldiers also there to help their own to protect, and your interest could not be able to align at the end of the day, you are going to part ways. He has forgotten. He said people should leave his party because that couldn't happen. You should go and look at the constitution of the party. Once you have an internal crisis within your party, whoever holds it, he has the liberty to leave and join another party, and then he moves on until you change the constitution to the effect that, look, if you are moving to another party, you have won an election through a political party, and you are moving to another political party, then you have to drop all of it. But for now, the constitution is so, it's also open about it. And the electoral act is also clear about these things. I think Kwankwaso is also trying to play a mind game. To me, it's a mind game. That what really is going to happen at the end of the day, if I don't hold this very, very well, I could also lose at the end of the day.
All right, Mr. Salami, you want to say something?
Yes, you see, when you look at the political history of Kano, it has always been like that. Look at what happened between Rimi and Malam Aminu Kano. Look at what happened between Shekarau and those who made him governor. Look at what happened between even Ganduje himself and Kwankwaso when he was governor. So you could see that the issue of Godfather and Godson in Kano State has always been like this. But the Kano people are politically sophisticated, regardless of the perception. The Kano politics follows a peculiar direction.
Okay, gentlemen, for me, when I hear Kwankwaso talk about loyalty, party loyalties, and it's bemoaning the fact that people who won election on NNPP are going away, I'm also a student of history. I know the role Kwankwaso played as a governor during the Jonathan era, just before the 2015 election. We are all aware of that, how they formed the new PDP. He was one of the ringleaders, how they rebelled against the PDP. Was that not a violation of the party ethos and stuff like that? So in politics, just like you guys have said, I think it's permanent interest. No, nothing like friends. He should just, he's experienced politician. He should just know that, yes, he seems to have lost this. And we are also not looking at the fact that when you have a political party and you have one governor, you are on sure footing. But when you don't have a sitting governor in your party, our kind of politics, it's a major minus. So apart from the issue of votes and everything, even the survival of that party, we remember those days, is it in Ondo State when we had the Labour Party, when Dr. Mimiko, yes, he virtually kept the party afloat for a long time and everything. That's our own kind. So if Governor Yusuf leaves NNPP, the party is not just losing a governor, it's also losing a major source of finance.
Well, you see, these are very interesting times. And we have gotten it coming anyway. There's going to be more of political alignment and realignment of forces. That is the way the cookie crumbles.
Even to the eve of the election.
You will see. And it is interesting. But that is the way politics is.
All right, gentlemen, before we go, INEC says voter registration second phase is commencing now. The Independent National Electoral Commission has resumed the nationwide continuous voter registration exercise, marking the start of its second phase. The resumption, which took effect on Monday, follows the conclusion of the first phase, which formally ended December 10, 2025. INEC initially launched online pre-registration for the exercise on August 18, 2025, before commencing in-person registration at designated centers nationwide. In a statement, the Commission disclosed that about 9 million Nigerians initiated online. The long and short of it, why I brought this is that this is the time for Nigerians to take this seriously, because we have this penchant of always waiting till the last minute, and that's when you remember that, I think I registered now, I don't know where my card is, or it's defaced, and this is the time. And politicians, political parties, apart from fighting yourselves, you constitutionally, you are also, in addition to the role of INEC, to enlighten your members to go get registered, because it's only people who are registered that can vote. A lot of people claim they are party members, without PVCs. You know that you are just a minus to your party. So the political parties should take this very seriously. Gentlemen.
That's why you can see why Wike is doing a tour of local governments in Rivers now. That accentuates what we are talking about. It is the people that with PVC that will be able to vote, that will decide. No, we can sit here in this comfort zone and then pontificate. We can speak grammar. When it comes to the real issue of voting, these guys knows who are who. And that's why Nigerians also, if you want to be true, use the opportunity to come out and register. And then those are registered, also go and check and find out that, oh yes, I think I've validated my voter registration. So I'm ready to vote. It's very, very important. That's why political parties too also have this honor task of mobilizing their members to have voters card. Very instructive.
Just a moment, sir. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Who's on the line, please?
Mr. Lawrence, I've been calling since already. Network.
We're sorry, the network is pretty bad this morning.
Our program this morning is very nice. May God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Happy New Year. Extend my greeting to your people.
Yes, they will. Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, Dr. Kinriti, just conclude your thoughts.
Yes, so here we are. The political parties are going to go for home stretch to mobilize their members. And you can see why even APC is opening its own online registration at this particular time. No, it's all about calculation of getting how many people to our own side. At the end of the day, we can just tick the box and say, oh yeah, we got this right. We have so and so members, so and so members. If they are able to vote, we can get this, we can get that. It's very important. Every political party now should go and mobilize their members to go and register so that eventually they can vote for the party of their choice. So Nigerians have that opportunity again. Go out there, go and register and have your PVC to determine who wants to govern you.
And for those who have registered but lost their cards, time to start that.
Absolutely.
Mr. Salami.
You see, one of the problems confronting our electoral process is voter apathy. And this is the time to correct it. And it is not the job of INEC alone. The political parties are the beneficiaries of this process. They should go all out to mobilize Nigerians, educate Nigerians. That's what I call voter education. On why they must ensure that they have their PVC. They should not leave it into INEC alone. They too should go out. It is their job, essentially and primarily, to go all out and ensure that they sensitize Nigerians on why they should go and get their PVC.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in the studio. And when we do, the time is always flying. Thank you so much, Dr. Kasim Akiriti, Head New Media, Voice of Nigeria,
Thank you so
former
much.
Chairman, AUJ Lagos Council. Thank you so much, sir. And my big boss, Mr. Salman Salam, it's always a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Please, let's just remember one of our colleagues who died on Sunday in Lagos, Mr. David Adekunle.
Okay.
May God rest his soul.
Amen. All right, that's our package for the show today. Tomorrow it's another time, 7 a.m., bright and early. My name is Lawrence Omoite. Triple A, standing by.